Hello, I'm Sam Pepper. I'm out on the streets today and I'm trying to trick the public into believing the most ridiculous stories ever. I put my suit on. I feel like suits trick people into things. I feel a bit of a con artist right now. And I've got my top professional mic. So here we go. Basically, we're talking about the Olympics. Obviously, that's coming this summer. There's been a new sport that's been put forward and it's looking like it's going to be accepted for the Olympics for 2012. Have you heard of planking?
Oh, yeah, is it?
It's where you lie on the floor with your feet and your arms at your side.
Yeah, but it's not a sport, is it?
Yeah, so that's basically what it's been put forward, and how it works when you are putting a sport forward for the Olympics is there's a petition, and if you get over a certain amount of signatures, then it can be, passed over to the Olympics as a real sport. So what people have done, did you see when the song got to #1 in the charts because of Facebook?
Yeah.
So basically they've done that for planking, and now it looks like planking's going to be an Olympic sport for 2012. I think it's personally a bit ridiculous, but what are your views on that?
No, it's not a sport. That's
I
not
know,
real.
it's not. You can't call that a sport.
There's no physical,
Is there skill in it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be the most dangerous one.
Anyone can do it. You don't have to be technically alive to do it, would you?
No. So basically dead people could enter the Olympics if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And then where's it going to go next?
That'd be the best as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because they could plank anywhere.
Yeah. There's a massive impersonator who's been impersonating Michael since he's passed away.
Right.
And he's now been caught by the police trying to dig up Michael Jackson's grave to get his outfit so he can be the best impersonator.
Right.
They've got him now, and now they're asking the public and Michael Jackson fans, what do you think should, be done with this man?
They should serve a prison sentence, I would think, for...
Yeah, what they're saying is, it's obviously illegal, but they think that there needs to be a more appropriate thing. So what they've said is that he has to go in a cage, not a cage, like a glass box in Las Vegas, and perform for 24 hours for 7 days.
Right.
So I think that's pretty extreme, because you could die from no sleep for 24 hours.
Yeah, a bit exhausting for him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So do you think that's a fair sentence or not?
Not really. I think they could come up with something more appropriate.
Yeah.
More like a prison sentence or community service, something like that.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much for your time. Thank you. Do you know the song Whip Your Hair Back and Forth?
Yeah.
By Will I Smith? Okay, basically the stats have come out this year, and it's shown that 3 girls have died from the dance move, spinning the head round, because basically, yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Because when you spin your head round so fast, the blood goes up, and it broke the blood vessels in their brains, and 3 girls have died this year. So what they're thinking of... What they're thinking of doing is banning the dance move, because obviously to stop it from happening further. Do you think it's okay to ban a dance move?
I think it's good to advise people not to do it, but I don't think they should say you're going to get arrested or whatever to do it. But I think they should, because if someone thinks they're going to die from doing it, they're not going to do it, are they?
Yeah.
So it's up to them. So.
Because what's next? Banning the moonwalk, you get a sprained ankle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well that's up to them, isn't it? I think it's up to whoever.
What's happened is they've been giving tags to people. If they've got an ASBO, they get a tag around their ankle, and it means they're not allowed out after a certain time.
Okay.
Kids starting to think these are pretty cool to have one of these ASBOs. They think they're hard. So what they've done is they've made them bright pink, and they put little pink tassels on them to make them look a bit... Do you think that's a good idea? To put them off wanting to get an ASBO?
I don't really know, to be honest.
And what they've also installed is, because obviously they were wearing shorts so everyone could see it, if it's exposed to sunlight, it plays I'm a Barbie Girl. It's a bit ridiculous, but it is going to put you off getting an ASBO.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so do you want an ASBO now?
Not really.
No, brilliant, thanks. Thanks very much for your advice there. Thanks. Basically, it's come out in the press today that the census that we have in the UK is going to be changing, and it's going to be all done. Do you know what Facebook is?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's all going to be done on Facebook. So it's going to be, you're going to have Facebook to be able to do the census. How do you feel that everyone will now have to have a Facebook page? Do you have a Facebook page?
No, I don't actually, and I think it's ridiculous, because what are old people going to do that haven't got computers?
Yeah, I mean, what they've said is they're gonna put out a fund to everyone who doesn't have a computer under a certain, pay balance that they can get a computer, and you're gonna have to learn is what they're saying.
Even if you're 88 or 90,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
It's
isn't it?
it doesn't make sense.
Ridiculous.
And what they're saying is, the time's moving on, technology's changing, and what they want to do is make everything a lot more technology savvy. So, what would you have your display picture as if you had Facebook?
I'd have my cats on
Would
there,
you?
my
Yeah.
Maine Coons.
Yeah. So, can you just say to the camera, I'm for or I'm against?
No, I'm definitely against it. I think it's absolutely crazy.
I'm reporting from Youth News Today. Basically, it's come out in the media today that David Cameron has come out as homosexual. Yeah, so we're out on the streets today asking the public, how do you feel about Britain being ruled by a homosexual?
Don't mind one way or the other as long as he's a good politician, which personally I don't think David Cameron is.
No.
And
Well, and we're here in Trafalgar Square today. Have you seen pigeons in Trafalgar Square before? There's quite a few pigeons around. Basically, it's actually illegal to feed the pigeons. And there's been this man who's repetitively fed the pigeons. He's been told and told and told. But there's not actually been, as yet, a law that stops, people from feeding the pigeons. It's just something they say you're not allowed to do. So what they've introduced to him is a small tag they put on his ankle. And again, the pigeons are all tagged so they can identify him. If he goes within 10 foot of a pigeon, he gets a little electric shock in his leg. Do you think that's a fair punishment to give someone, like almost maim them like a dog?
No,
of course
I
not.
don't think that's fair at all.
Feeding pigeons. No,
I know.
it's ridiculous.
And I mean, if you're walking in the street, what if a pigeon just flies past you within 10
Yeah,
feet? He's going to
fair
get
point.
electrocuted.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so we're on the streets obviously asking people what their opinion. So can you just say to the camera, I agree or I disagree with, tagging a man?
I disagree with tagging the gentleman.
Yeah, I disagree too.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Thanks. Well, thanks very much for joining me this week. How about you post below some ridiculous stories and I'll try and pass them off to the public. And if you subscribe up there, make sure you like this video. And also, you can now follow me on my personal Facebook, and that's where I got some of these questions I used today. And the link is just here. It's facebook.com/SamPepperFB. What up, gangsters?